Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever applies to you. I hope you're well and welcome to Big 3D Geek, and I am the Big 3D Geek. Now I realise I haven't put up a video in the last couple of weeks, and for that I am sorry, but life just gets in the way and I don't have the time to upload every week. I wish I did, but unfortunately I don't. So I'm going to make it up to you with a nice quick video which will show you how to make a classic dessert which is loved throughout the UK, loved by the young and old, and you can find it in pretty much anywhere. Pubs, restaurants, everywhere's got their own take. It is the Sticky Toffee Pudding. It is a wonderful dessert. It is so indulgent and it is quite simple to make. And I'm going to show you how to do it today because I bloody love Sticky Toffee Pudding. And if you've never had it before, well, I'm sure you will too. So let's get started. So the first thing we need for our Sticky Toffee Pudding is some dates. I've got some chopped dates here. The best ones to use are medjool dates, but these are ones that I can't remember the name of, but they're not medjool dates. I went for these ones because quite honestly, they're cheaper. I love medjool dates, but they are quite expensive. So I've gone for some cheaper ones here and they are just been chopped up. These are going to help us make a really lovely sticky toffee pudding. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour over 175 milliliters of boiling water and a splash of vanilla extract just to soak into those dates. I'm just going to make sure those are all completely covered to make sure that they soak through. Then I'm just going to put these to one side, let them soak and soften while we work on the actual mixture for our sticky toffee pudding. So for our sticky toffee pudding mixture, we need 85 grams of softened butter and 140 grams of soft brown sugar. I'm using an even split right down the middle of light sugar and brown sugar just to give us a nice, lovely, beautiful flavour from those two sugars. Then I'm just going in with my hand mixer and I'm just going to combine the sugar and the butter until it's soft and creamy. There we go, that is our butter and sugar well combined. Then I've got 2 eggs here already beaten and I'm going to go in with half of that and combine that in, and then the other egg. Then to give us more lovely dark richness, I'm using a couple of tablespoons of black treacle.
Many unbearable hours later.
8 hours later, I've added in my black treacle, so I'm just going to combine this in. Now you can see how much darker and richer looking that mixture is. So I'm now going to go in and add in my self-raising flour. And then I'm just going to slowly mix this in. Just go around these edges and get some of that loose flour. Now you see that's looking quite thick, so we're going in with 100 mils of milk. I'm going to put in half at first. Then I'm just going to use the spatula just to work that in. Now with that nicely combined and looking lovely and smooth and glossy, I'm going to pop that to one side and we can go back to our dates. So we've got our dates here and they've had a good amount of time to soak, so I'm going to just use this fork to start to just mash them up and get them all combined with that water and also the vanilla extract that's in there as well. You could probably do this in a food processor, but to be honest, I'm just trying to use as few things as possible today, so I don't want to make more mess with the food processor. It's only me here, and I don't have a dishwasher anymore, so I have to do everything by hand. Whinge. So that is looking pretty mushy now, but there is still like chunks of date and stuff in there, which is good because it gives us a nice bite, a little bit of texture throughout there. So we get a nice little bit of sticky date when we have our sticky toffee pudding. So that is looking good. Well, it's not looking good, but you know what I mean. So we've got our mixture back and I'm just adding in all of our date mixture into there. And let's just fold this through to create an almost batter. There we go. And that is now ready to go into our pudding tin. Pudding, dropping my G's, almost saying it like Harley Quinn, although definitely nothing like Harley Quinn at the same time. So to get the classic sticky toffee pudding shape, you need pudding tins like these ones. So I've got 6 of these which have been greased and dusted with flour to help stop our sticky toffee pudding from sticking to them, because obviously it's a sticky toffee pudding, but we don't want it to stick in here so much that we can't get it out again. And I'm just going to take our mixture and essentially bring this up to probably about 2/3 full, because it will rise Okay, those are more like half full rather than 2/3, but that's fine. Better to be underfilled than overfilled, because otherwise it will just flow over and your sticky toffee puddings will be a mess. So these are going to go into the oven at 180 degrees C, that's about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So in these go. And these will have about 20 to 25 minutes. And while those are in the oven, we can get on with making our lovely sticky toffee sauce. So for our sticky toffee sauce, we need a pan over a medium heat and go in with 55 grams of butter and 175 grams of soft brown sugar. Again, I've got a mixture here of light and dark, but this time I've gone for 100 grams of light and 75 grams of dark. And we also need 225 millilitres of double cream, of which put half in first, not all of it. And then over that medium heat, we're just going to slowly stir it all through until it starts to melt and come up to a gentle bubble. You can see that's starting to melt down and becoming quite nice and glossy already, even though all that butter hasn't melted. And you just want to keep stirring it, keep agitating it, because you want to make sure that sugar is all dissolved. So that butter has completely melted and that is looking lovely and glossy. So now we're just waiting for that to come up to a bubble. Right, that's come up to a good bubble now. So what we want to do is just let this bubble away while stirring continuously so it doesn't burn, and let that just become a lovely, nice, rich toffee colour. There we go, that's had a good couple of minutes bubbling away. It's become a lovely, thicker sauce, and it's also that lovely toffee colour, so that can come off the heat. And then we pour in the rest of our double cream and just beat that into our sauce. Look how lovely and glossy that becomes with that cream in there. That is beautiful. So we can just leave that to one side or pop it into a glass jug or something like that, which will then allow us to pour it over our sticky toffee pudding. After 25 minutes, our sticky toffee puddings are all cooked through. They've risen up quite nicely. So now we just leave these to cool down in the tin for a few minutes, and then we can get them out. Hopefully they'll turn out okay by themselves, but if not, we can always run a palette knife around the edge to try and help them out. So I just tried to get that out without a palette knife. It did not work, so I'm just going to go around the edge roughly. There we go, that looks pretty dang good. Needed a little bit of assistance from the palette knife, but otherwise that's come out very, very well. So let's get some of that beautiful sticky toffee sauce over it, shall we? So on goes our sticky toffee sauce. Look at that, that looks absolutely incredible. Now you can either serve that by itself with a bit of double cream or some custard, but I like to pop on a scoop of vanilla ice cream onto the top. There we go, one sticky toffee pudding with some vanilla ice cream on the top. Doesn't get much better than that. There you go, sticky toffee pudding. Doesn't get much better than that. Doesn't need any explanation from me whatsoever, so I'm just going to dig in and try this, even though I know what it's going to be like, because it's going to be amazing. It's sticky toffee pudding. Can't talk, too excited, gonna eat. Cheers. Oh, it's just so good. You've got that lovely sticky toffee sauce there, and I don't know if you can see that, but you've got that lovely light sponge, but with that lovely almost sticky, chewy denseness from the dates, and it is just beautiful. And it's just one of my favourite desserts, and it's really not that hard, as you can see from that. If an idiot like me can do it, anyone can do it, and yeah, it's just the best. So there you go, sticky toffee pudding, a nice simple video today. So I've got a bunch of those left over and the sauce. So if you're in a similar position or you've got guests coming over, then you can simply pop those into a bowl, pour over the sauce, cover them with foil. You don't need to chill them necessarily if you're having them the same day, but if you're having them the next day or in a couple of days, pop them into the fridge. Turn them over with a foil, that will stop the sauce from getting a skin, and then you can just pop those into the oven or into the microwave to reheat them, and they will be just as good. So that's it from me. I'm not going to stick around because I'm going to go off and finish my sticky toffee pudding. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope it made up for the fact that there hasn't been a video for 2 weeks, and I will see you next time on Big Foodie Geek. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Why do I insist on putting black treacle in stuff? Stupid idea.